Hello, 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 my fellow beauty entrepreneurs. Today, my special guest for Words of Wisdom Wednesday is Mecai. Hi, Mecai.
Hi, Teresa.
Thank you so much for joining us. So, as you know, we feature various beauty entrepreneurs every Wednesday. And Mecai, tell the viewing audience just a little bit about yourself, your name, where you're from, your salon, what you do in the industry.
Okay, my name is Mecai Adiola. I am originally from Nashville, Tennessee, but I have been in Los Angeles for about 8 years now. I specialize in hair extensions. I do a lot of texture work, adding dimensional texture, removing texture, and I do work in Studio City, California, and in Beverly Hills, and I'm educated from Mazzani.
All right, so you actually work in the salon every day?
Yes, I do.
All right, do you have a lot of celebrity clients? Because people always want to know
Okay,
that.
I've done a few, not a lot, but I have touched some people.
All right, that's a good thing to know. So that's her earned the right. She has just earned the right to be able to talk to you guys today. So Mecai, tell the viewing audience something that you know now, being in the... Did you tell us how long you've been in the industry?
I've been in the industry now, believe it or not, 20 years.
Wow.
With a license.
That's awesome. That's awesome. She should know something, right? So being in the beauty industry for 20 years, tell the viewing audience what you know now that you wish you knew earlier.
I think one thing, if I could have done it over, it would be to probably assist.
Okay.
I never really was an assistant. I just kind of got in the salon and tried to build the clientele. That was how it worked in my time.
Okay.
But if I could do something over, I would probably find a good stylist that I really admire and assist.
So what would you say would be the greatest takeaways from being an assistant?
I think you can learn time management, perfect your skill set. Initially, whoever you work as an assistant for, you're going to end up mocking their style. So you can learn discipline and just a lot of different things you can get out of that, how the salon actually really runs before you actually jump out there.
So you went straight from cosmetology school to behind the chair,
Yes.
Receiving your own clients.
Yes.
Yeah. So you navigated through that process.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, she's here, she's doing well, she's doing big things, and we're excited to have you on the show.
Thank
so
you.
one more thing that I want to ask you for the viewing audience, we always ask who's ever on to give us some tips. And
Okay.
tips means teaching inspirational professional strategies, because as we know in this industry, we love to get some tips, okay? So give the viewing audience a tip, a business tip to kind of help them.
A business tip pertaining to the salon industry or per
More,
se?
yeah, the business, like the beauty business, yeah.
I think the biggest tip would be to continuously educate yourself. Stay abreast of what's coming out there, even if it's not something that you really, really want to do. You at least as a stylist should be knowledgeable about it, so when your customer comes in or your clientele, you're able to at least relate to them and explain to them what the new trends are or what's going on. Even if you don't want to do it, you should know that information, so stay abreast of the industry.
That's awesome. Now, one thing I'm going to ask you that you said earlier when we were off camera, you was telling us about the different flat irons and what is the technology. But share that tip. That's a tip that I want to know personally for myself. And since I have you right here, let everybody else know that tip.
Okay, so for me, myself, I like to work with several different flat irons. If you come into my salon, I have so many flat irons. People say, why? Different hair needs different things. You have titanium plates, you have nano plates, you have ceramic. They issue out a different type of heat for different types of hair textures. For the most part, if you're using plug-up tools such as titanium or ceramic, you're going to get even heat, shinier and sleeker hair, and even with that, if you're doing keratin type jobs, keratins and some amino-based systems require that you use a different tool. It's just not one flat iron for each one of those particular services. So you should definitely have a ceramic iron and a titanium in your portfolio. If you definitely work with textured hair, you just need it.
Okay, so ceramic gives even heat.
They both give even heat, but you get the ions, positive ions out of ceramic, which is going to polish the hair. The titanium is more beneficial if it's highly textured hair, if you need to really work on a high temperature with protection and give you a lot of shine, versus like if you're working with a hot comb, you really can't keep the temperature control on it. Not that I'm against it. I personally don't use them. But for me, the titanium is very easy. It's a one-pass situation, less heat for my client, and I get amazingly shiny hair.
That's awesome. And then I've seen some other flat irons that's like ion or something like that.
Yeah, the hair needs the ions and the moisture to be put into the hair as you're flat ironing. Some tools actually remove moisture from the hair.
Okay.
You know, so you don't want that to happen. Or if you're using certain tools, you may end up getting that carbon release out of the hair, which is when the hair starts to have an odor to it. And that's what you don't want to happen.
Yeah, because you've ever been in a salon and you kind of smell like hair is frying on.
Yeah, it's actually singeing the top layer of the hair shaft. That's actually what's happening. That's why you smell that smell.
That's good to know. I learned something here today, so I know y'all learned something. Because when she said it, I was like, I need to pull her to the side and find out what does that mean. Because when you go and people ask you, okay, well, what's the difference between ceramic and titanium? And I was like, it's the technology. You know, because I didn't know.
And then I would also like to suggest, for me personally, with my clients in the salon, if I'm going to retail them an iron to do their hair at home, I normally will retail them the ceramic versus the titanium. Not because it's not good, because they're going to be excited. They're going to put it on the highest temperature and just abuse the heat. And it's more of a professional thing when you're working with a tool such as advanced like that and at that level. You need to be professional working with certain tools.
Yeah, because then you know how to
use it and the texture of hair, the type of hair you're doing.
Okay, well that's good to know. That's good to know. So tell the viewing audience how to contact you if they wanted to. Your social media handles, whatever you feel comfortable sharing.
So you can reach me on Facebook at Mecai Adeola. That's Mecai. Last name is Adeola, and on Instagram at the number 1, not spelled out, just 1, Mecai, Mecaimhx.
All right, Mecai, thank you so much for agreeing to be on our Words of Wisdom Wednesday. As you know, I'm your host, Teresa S. McCurry, the CIO, Chief Inspirational Officer of Inspire Me Incorporated, and I'm also the founder of BIZ. Our time is up, and we want to thank you for yours. Be blessed, but most of all, be inspired.
That's right.
Thank you.
Good.
Perfect.